Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Pao Jam and welcome to my afternoon tea series. But before I start this video, don't forget guys to subscribe to my YouTube channel and like my video for more videos like this. So for everyone's information, this is an afternoon tea series. So it's like a spin-off series, like a channel for my YouTube account. Because usually my videos talks about traveling, wellness, positive contents. I even had my yoga with my mom, right? But this one is a different setup for everyone's information. I just sit here, chill, drink an afternoon tea with you guys, and talk about real stuff in life. You know, with pure honesty. I talk about my own experiences, my own views, my perspectives, anything out of the blue that I want to discuss with you guys. Thank you so much for watching my first episode 2 weeks ago that I launched this series. The first topic that I discussed was I did a social media detox for a month. Now, just to give you a quick recap, I shared to you guys my learnings. It's really important to guard your heart and your mind when you use social media. For today, welcome to my episode 2, which I will be talking about I quit my 9-to-5 job. So I'll share to you my experiences. So I'll share to you guys my pre-corporate era, my experiences right after college. Just a quick story, and then I'll proceed to the corporate 9-to-5 job, how it feels like working with my own experiences and background. And I'll share to you now my job, my life as a freelancer, and of course the lessons, right? Before I start my first topic, which is about my pre-corporate era, for a short story, I'll drink first my tea. For my pre-corporate era, I graduated year 2014 from a well-known school here in the Philippines. I'll not share to you anymore what school it is. But yay, fresh from college! It was the time of my life where I was so excited to go to corporate, guys, because ever since before graduation, I see myself working in a corporate setting, having my own office or even a room, having my own table, my own computer or laptop, doing presentations, collaborating with projects, having Christmas parties, office events, wearing my company ID and being proud, right? So it's actually a dream for me. And of course, same with other fellow graduates, there was also a challenge and a struggle in terms of finding a job when I graduated. So for me, it took 6 months actually before I had my first job. I was able to enjoy my first salary, my first benefits. So I understand, guys, it's really hard to find a job, and you should really treasure it when you find your first job or even your first, second, third, fourth job, guys. So now let's proceed to the corporate era. But before that, let me refill my tea first. Yeah, it's hot, guys. My job was, I'm an HR professional. So as you know, as an HR, my typical job was I had interview experience, I had onboarding experience, orientation, creating events for the company. So it was really the best, one of the best, if not actually the best highlights of my life when I was working in corporate. Because first of all, when I was working in corporate, guys, I was able to find myself. I was able to find my capabilities. I was able to find my strength, my weaknesses, help me develop my core values. Because from the 3 employers, they imparted me certain values that I will always carry for the rest of my life. And I love being an HR, guys. For those of my friends who know me, they was able to see how passionate I am being an HR. Because I love collaborating. I love helping people. I was able to experience my first failures, but I was able to experience my first successes in life. I was able to meet my friends and my mentors who eventually turned into my real lifelong friends. You know who you are, guys, from my past employers there. So one of the good things about working in the corporate setting, I was able to build my network. What I love also with my experience was I was able to meet a lot of people, especially my job as an HR. I was able to expand my network, my connections, my network, and I'm very, very grateful for the people who gave me the chance to work in a 9-to-5 setup job, because I was able to build my portfolio, I was able to build my brand as a person, and that leads me to the third point, which is my life as a freelancer, doing my own business, being self-employed. Of course, nothing is permanent in this world. Your job, your position, but our situation would always change, right? Our situation changes. you never know where you will be after in 3 to 5 years from now, even though you have yourself a certain timeline, but we never know, right? And it was a complete transition on my part, guys. Can you imagine? It was my dream to work in a corporate setup, being an HR, being part of something great. I get to meet a lot of new people, mentors who became my friends. Just to give you information, I resigned January 1st this year, 2020. Right now, I'm a financial advisor. I am connected with Manulife, so I engage and meet with clients from time to time. And at the same time, I do help out with my friend's business. So guys, I will share to you some of the things that I love being a freelancer, doing my own personal business. One of the things that I love, guys, being a freelancer is the quality of life. So when I say quality of life, unlike before where I have to wake up very early and enduring the traffic, going to the office, commuting, with the quality of life, I get to enjoy the comforts of having my own schedule, the comforts of meeting the clients on my own personal time, comfort of having the quality time with your mom, with your dad, with your family entirely. Right now, I enjoy the fulfillment of engaging with my clients, having more time to do my personal projects. I rarely experience the Monday blues, which I experienced with my previous employers. You agree? Every Monday, we have to be there at an early time. We have to prepare for the entire week. We have our meetings. We have our events. I rarely experience that right now because that's a part of being a freelancer. You're not committed to a company that you have to be there. And also, the flexibility of traveling, actually, guys. Unlike before, when I do my vacation leaves, and even sometimes sick leave, when I'm sick, yes, you can enjoy it, but there will always be that feeling wherein after traveling or after having your vacation, there will always going to be work waiting for you, right? Even sometimes when you're having your vacation, sometimes your office mates would call you on how to do this. Being a freelancer, I would say I can enjoy my vacation entirely without me worrying there'll be distractions, without me worrying, oh no, I have to check my email from time to time, is there an emergency? So that's a good thing about being a freelancer. You are your own boss. So that's number one, quality of life. Number two, guys, aside from quality of life, is focus. What do I mean when I say focus? Focus meaning I had more time to do things that I really love to do. The things that I really want to prioritize on. Because when I was working in a 9-to-5 setup, of course, my full commitment is with my company, with my employer, right? And don't get me wrong, I love working in that kind of environment. But what I appreciate about now is that I was able to focus on the things that I really want to start. For example, I was able to start my YouTube channel. So before, I wasn't able to do this kind of setup because, of course, during on weekends, I have to rest, catch up on my sleep. While on weekdays, sometimes you can help but do overtimes, do a lot of meetings. So with being a freelancer, I was able to do things that I love to do. Aside from starting my own YouTube channel, I was able to do more workouts, right? I was able to have a yoga session with my mom. And of course, aside from that, I was able to help out with my friend's business. So that's the second one, which is focus. Number 3 point, guys, after quality of life and focus, number 3 is the new learnings. What I appreciate about my work as a financial advisor is that yes, I have flexible schedules. At the same time, we have trainings. I was able to learn a lot, especially this is the first time I'm new to this industry, and I learned a lot. I learned the value of money. I learned the value of having your own emergency fund. So that's the number 3, guys. I was able to learn a lot of stuff when I became a freelancer. Number 4, what I love about me as a freelancer is the unlimited income potential, because unlike the corporate setup wherein you have your own fixed salary, you have your own set of benefits, sometimes you have bonuses, you even have your 13th month pay. With being a freelancer, there is unlimited potential of income. But of course, that depends on how smart and skillful you are with your business, with your work. Doing a freelance job, or rather your own business, gives you the chance to earn a high potential income. And that's what I appreciate being a freelancer right now. There you go, guys. Just to share you briefly, quality of life. Next would be focus. Third would be learnings. And fourth would be unlimited potential income. So those are just top of my mind when I talk about the good experiences I had as a freelancer. But of course guys, there are also challenges when I transition from a 9 to 5 corporate setup to do my own business, being a financial advisor in Manulife. Of course, number one, but first I have to refill my tea. So one challenge guys, being a freelancer, doing your own business, is you won't experience the same having a steady flow of income when you're working from 9 to 5. Unlike doing your own business, again as what I mentioned, yes, you can have a unlimited potential amount of money, your income, but it's not a steady flow. Meaning to say it's not stable. Of course from the start, but once you grow your business, eventually you will have unlimited potential flow of money. Depends on how good you are. It's a good thing guys of working in a 9 to 5 setup. You have your stable income, you have your payroll. Unlike in a business or being a freelancer, the money that you will get depends on how skillful you are in terms of your business. That's the number one. Number two, aside from no steady income, the second challenge that I experienced was a humbling experience. And when I say a humbling experience, you know my previous background. I was an HR in a corporate setup, so I got used to people reaching out to me first, asking for my help, asking for job opportunities. So right now, it was a complete different setup. Right now, instead of people reaching out to me, I'm the one now reaching out to them because I look for a potential client, right? For my sales, for my business. So that's a second challenge. You have to accept and take heart that you'll see rejections from time to time. When I started this financial advisor freelance job, it took me like 3 months before I was able to adjust to it, because during my first 3 months, I was really having a hard time doing sales. I was really having a hard time reaching out to people because I'm new to this job, I'm new to this industry, and it's really hard to. Of course, that's a good side of having a corporate background. Somehow you was able to build your credibility as a person. But at the same time, it's gonna be hard, especially if you don't have any experience in sales. So that's the second part, guys. It's really gonna be a humble experience for you. Number three, guys, I sometimes feel lonely. Although I have my family here, guys, but when I say I feel lonely, you'll miss the feeling of being surrounded by dynamic group of people who have the same passion as you. Because when you work in a 9 to 5 job, guys, you get to meet a lot of people, you get to learn a lot of new things from them, you get to have partnership, have teamwork, projects. But me, as having my own business and as a freelancer, financial advisor, I sometimes feel lonely, right? I miss that rush feeling wherein I have group projects with my teammates, but this one, I'm on my own. Yes, I do have my own branch, I do have my own team, and sometimes we have our virtual meetings, but it's not the same. It's not the same as before. You miss those having lunch outs with your teammates, you miss having those Friday night outs, just drinking with your fellow colleagues after work from 9 to 5. Number 4, guys, one of the challenge that I think you will also encounter this when you plan to do freelance or have your own business is answer the question, what do you do now, right? Because before, when you work in a 9 to 5 setup, you feel proud when people would ask you, so what are you doing? Oh, I have this position in a certain company. Before, when people would ask me, so what's your job, Pao? What do you do for a living? I held my head high because I have a good position in a good company when people would ask me that, right? That feeling of credibility inside of you and professionalism when you give your business card to the potential partners or business partners that you meet. It's actually that good feeling. But now I embrace my life as a freelancer. But before, when people would ask me, so what do you do, Pao, right now? Sometimes people won't understand. Like, huh? You traded that from your previous company for this? Right? But yeah, it's one of the challenges that you will encounter when you do your own business or as a freelancer. Answering the question, what do you do now? You'll have to transition from that secure tagline that you always say to the people when they ask you, what do you do for a living? To a new setup wherein you have to build your personal brand again. So there you go, guys. Those were my challenges when I became a freelancer as a financial advisor. Is of course, number 1, no steady flow of income. Number 2 is, of course, it was really a humble experience. 3 is, of course, sometimes I feel lonely. And of course, number 4 is things got complicated when people would ask you, what do you do for a living, right? So now I'm going to share to you guys what are my learnings. What are my learnings after all of this, from pre-corporate, dream of climbing the corporate ladder, to I was in a corporate setup before, in a 9-to-5 job, after transitioning to a freelancer, doing your own business, having your own schedule. So what are my learnings, which I will share to you? Number one, first lesson that I learned is dreams change. I know all of us, if not most of us, have our own dream job that we wanted to do. And I'm going to be really great. I was really grateful that I had the chance to become an HR in multiple industries, in multiple companies, especially with my dream company. But dreams do change, guys, and that's okay. You can always dream bigger. I never expected to be in this kind of industry. I never expected to be a financial advisor. I never expected to have this license, to have my own personal business and schedule. Sometimes you just need to have an open mind, guys, where you are called at. Everything is temporary, everything is not final. Yes, continue with your passion, continue with your dreams. Sometimes situations change. You have to dream bigger, and you have to have an open mind where you are called at. So number two is success is never overnight. Sometimes you have to take that leap of faith, that first step, guys. Because before, even when I was in corporate, there were already thoughts in my head, maybe I should have my own business, or maybe I should be a freelancer. And sometimes you just have to trust yourself, trust your instinct that you can make it. No plans work 100%. You'll always encounter failure. You're gonna fail from time to time, and that's okay. It will not define you as a person. What's important is you enjoy the process, you learn from it, and you make and be better. And I'm really thankful, guys. I started doing corporate before I transitioned to doing business, because all the lessons that I learned from my failures and even from my successes from the 9-to-5 job, I was able to apply it with my current status right now. Number three is don't burn bridges. So I would say half most of my successes right now as a freelancer, as a financial advisor in manual life, is because of my connections. Don't burn bridges, guys. You never know those people whom you encountered before. You never know, you'll meet them in the future, or you'll need their help, right? So always be kind, always see the best in someone. Number four is I learned the value of money. When I transitioned from a corporate setup to a freelancer job, I learned the value of money, not only because I'm a financial advisor, but in terms of you should have an emergency fund if you plan to do your own business. Because I failed to realize that when you leave the corporate setup and you don't have like an emergency or a backup fund, because you never know when you will earn that same amount of money. You cannot measure when you're gonna be successful and have a stable flow of income with your business. Number five, and that's the last lesson I will share with you guys, is health is wealth. Before, when I was working in a corporate setup, I wasn't able to put my health as a top priority because, of course, lack of sleep. You are thinking a lot of things in your mind as an employee. And even though you're still working in a corporate setup, you should always prioritize your health as well. Your health will be the one who will carry you when you do your job, whether in a freelance job or in a corporate setup. So health is wealth, guys. Take good care of your health. There, guys, as a conclusion, just to be clear, I'm not saying that it's better to work in a freelance or have your own business than being employed in a corporate setup in a 9-to-5 job, or rather vice versa. But what I'm trying to say is each one of us has his own timing and season. And I wholeheartedly believe that right now in my season of my life, I'm called for this job. I'm called for this, industry, in this freelance job. And each one of us has his own timing. So always remember that, guys. So there you go, guys. I hope you got inspired by my story of transitioning from a corporate 9-to-5 job to being a freelancer. So I hope this would help you in deciding whether you plan to have your own business or stay in the corporate setup. So once again, guys, my name is Jam. Thank you for watching this episode. Don't forget, guys, to give it a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. So take care, guys, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye-bye!